Hola, hola a todos, soy Jesús Guerrero Chuy y estamos en este momento, en esta ocasión, para invitarlos pues a que vean el podcast que hicimos con alguien que estuvo justamente allí en Survivor, participando, oliendo el $1.000.000, casi gana, y es la tan querida Carolyn Rivera de la temporada número 30, Worlds Apart. Así que les vamos a mostrar todo lo que compartimos Wilmer Nava y yo con ella. Así que gracias por seguirnos.
Officially, you are like the number
So officially, I'm the
Latin.
first one.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
For the Latin.
No.
All right. I like it. I'm the first one. Okay.
So, well, thank you once again. Well, there's so many things that we as Latin fans, sometimes I think that we have a different point of view from the same fans from US. I don't know.
Yeah.
Has you been fan of Survivor since the beginning to year 2000 with Richard?
Since the very beginning, I've seen every single season, starting in the year 2000, when it first started. I was a fan of the show, and I said to my family, I'm gonna be on that show. And they all laughed at me, and they're like, yeah. Well, at that time, my kids were too young, so I didn't pursue it until 2010. So that was 2000. So 10 years later, I decided to apply for the show, and it took me 4 years to get on the show.
So you maybe could be in Redemption Island or Nicaragua in that season?
I was in Nicaragua, yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
My season was in Nicaragua, yeah.
Okay. No, but I say you applied for being in the season of Nicaragua, Redemption Island.
Oh, I applied starting in 2010, which whatever seasons that was. I know that I applied for Blood versus Water. I applied for, I think it was Cagayan where Tony won. They picked, Trish instead of me, you know?
Okay.
They picked Missy and Baylor instead of me and my daughter. Yeah, so for eight different seasons.
Wow.
Oh.
They picked other people, but then they picked me. So
Okay.
yeah.
Great.
So
Did
you
you think
you
that-
always were very close to be on the show, but you were persistent.
I was very persistent. Yes, I definitely wanted to be on the show. Yeah. And the other thing is that once I started submitting my application with my videos, I got calls back right away. And so I knew they were interested. I knew they liked me. So I knew I just had to keep at it.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
It's good. That's the way that people gotta find their goals.
Exactly. They got to
Yes.
find the season that fits your personality, that fits the theme, you know. So I think that's what they were looking for.
When do you feel that it was the best moment for you in Survivor? That maybe if you were in Blood versus Water or Cagayan, maybe it doesn't work how you were in Worlds Apart?
What was the best moment for me? Well, so I had goals going in, right? I had, I've watched the show, so there were certain things that I wanted to do on the show.
Okay.
So like the first was, don't get voted out first. Almost, but don't get voted out first. So that was number one.
Okay.
So then,
Check.
number two was to find an immunity idol.
Oh,
So-
okay.
I found an
Yes.
immunity idol. Number 3 was make the merge. Make the merge. Number 4 was win individual immunity.
Ah, yes.
Number 5 was make the final 4.
Oh, and that is not easy.
No. Number 6 was make it to the final tribal council. Number 7 was win the game. 6 out of 7.
Oh,
6 out of 7.
Wow. Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. 6 out of 7.
Well, it's good. When you are going there, I don't know how is the process when you. They told you where are you going to be filmed?
No.
You just get on a plane and.
Yeah. So, but in reality, so typically they filmed 2 seasons back to back. Back then, they filmed 2 seasons back to back at the same location. Now everyone knows it's in Fiji. So I don't know how I realized that it was in Nicaragua, but when I was leaving, even though I went from Florida to Miami, I knew eventually I was going to Nicaragua.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're
Not
not
that
allowed.
It doesn't really make a difference. It's not like you can do anything differently, but it didn't help me in any way, but yeah.
And when you were on the plane, you know who will be on the cast as well?
So they have you, so you can visually see who's on the cast because you're walking together, but you're not allowed to talk, and you don't know their names. They use fake names, so you have no idea who they are, right? You can just see them. That's it.
It's like and smile because you want to see.
Yeah, I was like this.
Hoping that no one made like.
Exactly. You're hoping nobody says.
And you were nervous. When you were there. It's like
I was more excited than nervous.
great.
You know, like you're so excited. You just can't even imagine like it's actually happening. And you're walking with your suitcase and you're about to embark on, you know, a journey, going to a deserted island, competing against, 18 people. Yeah. So it was exciting.
And when you know now that who are going to play, if there's a moment that you saw someone and say, "Oh my God," that without going to the camp, I don't know how do you say campament. It's like someone that.
The interviewing process, the contestants, yeah. So when you're sitting there watching, it's like you kind of make decisions in your mind, even not knowing who they are and never talking to them. You're like, okay, that one looks like I can work with them. I don't know how or whatever. It's funny because like Will, from my season Will, I looked at him and I'm like, okay, I could work with him. And then Rodney, even though he had a Boston shirt on and I'm from New York, Boston and New York, and not that, I'm like, okay, he's a Northeast guy. I'll talk to him or whatever, Yeah, so there were some of those people that I made like the right first impression in my mind, and then some it was totally different. I was like, you know, oh my God, I love them, and I wasn't thinking I was going to work with them.
Right. And how was the experience like with your first tribe, knowing that you were going to the first tribal council, that you could be possibly the first voted out? How was dealing with all of that?
Well, going to tribal council first sucks. It's horrible. But I knew I wasn't going home because I had an immunity idol. I had the hidden immunity idol. I just didn't really want to play it. So I was working with people and hoping that they were telling me the truth, because I did get 2 votes and I didn't go home, right? So I took a really big chance on the first tribal council not to play my immunity idol, knowing that I was going to get votes.
That's a risk.
Yeah,
but
and it's funny because when I watch that episode now, and I know I don't go home, my heart gets so shaky. I'm like, oh my God, I hope I don't go home. You know, It's still very nerve-wracking for me to see that in action, just because, you know, people were texting me after that. They're like, oh my God, I cannot believe you did not play your hidden immunity idol. And I'm like, I know.
It's interesting, but
I took a risk.
And you take it very well.
Yeah.
But I know that maybe it's more difficult because it was a tribe of 6 persons. There's no 10 people where you know you can maybe. I mean,
yeah.
I suppose if you are 6, you know what name I'm going to sound.
You know, I knew my name was coming up, and so I just needed to know that I had 3 other people that were not going to vote for me, because I knew that 2 of them were. So as long as the other 3 people didn't vote for me, then I was going to be good. If one person more voted for me, then it would be a tie, and it could be a problem.
I don't like the tie.
No.
No. And you feel that you were in a good tribe, because I remember that season was no color, white color, and blue color.
Right.
And you were in
white collar.
White collar.
White collar. That was your tribe.
That was my tribe
you're okay
start.
there.
And it was a crazy tribe. It was a crazy tribe because Max and Shireen were crazy. They were going naked, and we were like, what is going on here? You know, like, what is going on with this? So after the first tribal council, I bonded a lot with Joaquin and Tyler, right?
Okay,
even though Shireen and Max were the ones that saved me, and Tyler. But then I became really friendly with Joaquin, and so, you know, we were friendly, and so we kind of started working together, but we never really had an opportunity to.
But just a friend with them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm friends with, I'm really close with Joaquin. In fact, we went to Tulum, Mexico last year together. Me, So, and Joaquin all went to Tulum together.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah. And then I'm really close with Max. And then people from the other tribes. Yeah.
That's
I think what Jesus want to ask you is if you feel that was the right tribe for you. Do you feel like a white collar, or do you feel that you could fit in the other tribe?
Well, I mean, honestly, I could fit in the other tribes, but work-wise, my work that I do is white collar work, and so that's how you were broken up. But the type of person that I am, I fit very well with the blue collars, you know, because if you know, if you're a worker, right? If you go out, like in my tribe, I was the one to keep the fire going. I was the one getting the wood. I was the one doing all of that. So I was working around camp. That's a lot of blue collar, right? Stuff. And so when I got to the blue collar tribe, they were like, oh yeah, she's great because she keeps the fire going when everyone else is sleeping. She's getting a lot of wood. She's chopping open coconuts, you know, so yeah. I could fit into any other tribe.
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah.
You know, one of the well, we always talk about all the season in Survivor, but sometimes there's people who say that someone who wins deserves it, and someone who is a runner-up deserves it maybe more than who wins, and everything. And I say a lot about Will and Caroline made different games, but they were the same point. I mean, they got this like the same spot as a tie in a second place.
Right.
So, do you?
That was not good.
You answer my.
I had a very big resume, right? I was the oldest person on my season. They always try and get the old person out first. I found an immunity idol. I made it to the merge. I won immunity challenges. I won almost every reward except for one. I went on every reward except for one. So I played a very different game. I played a very hard game.
And you use your idol too.
And I used my idol at the exact right moment, you know, like all the things.
Yes.
But you know, from a Mike standpoint, he won 5 immunity challenges in a row to stay in the game. We would have voted him out in 2 seconds and I would have won 100%. And there's only 6 people in Survivor history that have won 5 immunity challenges. So I understand why Mike won. I do not understand why I was not a clear second place. I should have been a clear second place. Other people should have voted for me that didn't. That really bothered me, honestly. Like Tyler, he should have voted for me 100%.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was a bit bitter, maybe.
He was bitter. He was 100% bitter. And that, you know, they know who they're voting for. They talk about it. They knew that it was going to be a tie. They knew that would have been wrong. So they should have voted one more person for me.
Then you got your right second place.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of a tie. But that's all right. When I go on next time, I'm going to win the game.
Okay. Was Sierra who gave you the vote?
Yes.
Was Sierra down?
Yeah.
When you were in the final 3, you feel Mike is gonna win, or
no? I thought I was gonna win. I really did. I thought I was gonna win, and 2 people lied to me and told me that they voted for me.
Ah.
So I thought I had at least 3 votes, and all I needed was 4 to win. And yeah, I only found out on the day of the finale that they lied to me. Yeah, it was horrible.
Wow.
I was so pissed. Yeah.
Oh, it's not. That's not a funny joke.
No, that's not a funny joke. And you know, Mike and I are best friends. And you know, Sierra and I are very are best friends too. You know, I'm friendly with Sierra. I'm friendly with Joe. I'm friendly with Joaquin, with So, with Max, with Kelly, with Lindsay.
Oh, that was
With-
that is.
Yeah,
I think
Will.
that it.
Nina. Yeah.
Oh, Will.
Almost everyone except for maybe like 3 or 4 people.
Including Dan in those 4 people.
Dan and I are friendly, but we're not that close.
Okay.
You know, when we're together, we're fine, but it's not like he calls me ever and I don't call him ever. Rodney will call me every now and then. I'll call him every now and then. Same with Jen. Haley and I are friendly, but she's just busy. I'm busy. We don't really talk. So the people that I really don't talk to are Vince, Shireen.
Vince. Shireen.
Vince, Shireen, and who else?
Oh, where else is in the cast? Oh, Jen?
Yeah, I talk to Jen every now and then. So really, it's just Vince and Shireen.
Why?
Vince and
Because she
Shireen. I
must
talk
with
to
you.
Tyler every now and then also, but again, not like Mike and So and Sierra I talk to, or Kelly and Joaquin I talk to a lot.
No,
No,
I
to-
was gonna say, like, talking about Shireen and what happened with her on the season with Will and every drama about that. What is your take on that?
Well, so I wasn't at camp when that happened. I was doing a confessional, so I never saw what happened until it was aired on TV. I heard about it, obviously, you know, when I got back to camp. Everyone was talking about it and blah, blah, blah. So I heard about it. You know, I said to Will, I'm like, that's not the best thing to say. And, you know, don't get yourself crazy and don't make a fool of yourself, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, you know, Shireen's a tough person, right? She didn't get along with Will. She didn't get along with Joaquin. She didn't get along with Dan. She didn't get along with, you know, there were so many people that she was struggling with. She was after me, you know, after the merge. She was trying to get me out nonstop. So, you know, it was just difficult. But, you know, after the show, 2 weeks later, she was at my house, you know, and we hung out a little bit. And then after the finale, when she got picked for second chances and I didn't, I guess she thought she was all that in a bag of chips, and she never called me again. And I never talked to her ever since that day.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting. That's the other thing that I'm going to ask you, but it's not funny. That you didn't get picked for a second chance.
I didn't get picked for second chances because people thought I was going to win the game. You know, when they had to vote for second chances, the finale didn't finish yet,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So they stopped voting, and they thought for sure Mike's going to get voted out, right? He can't possibly win every single immunity. And so people told me that they didn't want to vote for me because they didn't want to waste a vote. They thought I was going to win the game, that Mike was going to get voted out. And that's why they voted for Mike to play again, because they didn't think that he was going to win. And so that was a little bit heartbreaking, I'm not going to lie, because on that night, on finale night, I thought I was going to win the game, right? Because people lied to me and told me that they voted for me when they didn't. And then I'm like, okay, well, all right, I didn't win the game. Of course, I'm going to go back and play second chances. And then I didn't get picked for that. That was a horrible night.
No, I suppose. I mean, it's
Yeah.
tells that you're gonna win and then give you the vote. Nothing that people gotta, but well, I think
That's
that
horrible. I would never do
that's-
that to somebody. Never.
the game. It's our game.
It was after the game, though. You didn't have to lie after the game. The game
That's
was over.
why I think
Yeah.
the
it's
game
like-
was over, but it's like if they're still playing, I don't know. They don't need to lie.
in their mind, they're still playing, I guess. But Mike and I would talk, and he would be like, Mama C, don't spend money like you won the game. Because he thought he won the game. And I'm like, Mike, I don't think you should spend money like you won the game. And yeah, it was funny. We would talk like that because I thought I won. He knew he won. And it was crazy.
You know, Worlds Apart is the first season that I remember when I saw the cast, but you know, when you finish the first, like you as a fan, I think, I don't know, that is when you are totally get, okay, that is my favorite, that is not. And I remember So was my favorite. And I remember when she got voted out, I was like, oh my God, that is the first time in Survivor that my favorite is voted
Going out
first.
first.
But
What did you think of me at the beginning? You're like, oh, she's an old lady. She don't know what she's doing.
no, I think that you were, I mean, not my favorite, but not like someone who I need to know who she is. But at the beginning, first of all, I didn't want your tribe as the first to get to go to the first tribal council.
Right.
But then I see when you survive that tribal council, and I don't know, I see your smile in the game. That is something that I remember so much of you, your smile, and she's gonna get. It's like I gotta start to like her because she's going to make it.
She's gonna do good things. She's gonna do crazy stuff. Yeah.
When I see that you survived that first tribal council, I was like, okay. Sometimes I don't know. Do you think that get that votes maybe help you to get in a better position when you survive that first tribal council?
I think the biggest thing is, first of all, that, you know, they always go after the oldest person, right? So I was the oldest person. But the bottom line is, if they were smart, if we were smart as a tribe, we should have voted Shireen out because she was the weakest link. Clearly the weakest player. And we didn't because, you know, she got along great with Max and, you know, whatever. I think that had we done that, it might have been a totally different game. We might have stuck together a little bit tighter. But being the old person, they don't expect much from the old people, right? The older players, right? They're like, oh, well, you know, they're gonna sit out of challenges. They don't know how to do stuff. You know, I'm not like that, you know? When they told me they wanted me to sit out of a challenge and let Shireen play, I was like, no freaking way. No, I'm far better an athlete than Shireen. I'm not gonna sit out. There's no way in hell that I'm sitting out. She's gonna sit out. And then they started, you know, that's when they're kind of like, okay, I guess she came here to play. Like, you know, not just sit on the sidelines and, you know, wait it out. So I think that was a differentiator that they're not used to from the older people.
It's like maybe they think I can bet her later, and it's not that easy.
No.
But I think you gained like a lot of fans with that first tribal council. Um, it was like such a powerful game from the beginning to the end. So it was like we all thought that you have like a lot of chances to win. Seriously. And my first impression of you, it was like you were like a powerful, strong woman that was gonna make great things on the game.
Yeah. I think when I almost won the pole challenge, I got a lot more respect from everybody, right? Because
yes.
you know, I was 30 years older than some of the people that I was playing against. And I was up there with Joe, who was 25 years old. So he was, you know, I was 27 years older than him. And it's just me and him left hanging on that pole. And so then people were like, oh, okay. She can do challenges too. You know, like, if you look at the way that I played in those challenges, you know, the teams that had me on them, we pretty much won every single event except for maybe 2. So, yeah, that's when I think I got a little bit of different respect. And plus, all these people would go to bed and leave the fire alone. I was the only one at my camp and at the no collar camp that kept that fire going. And then it was me and Mike at the merge that kept the fire going. Everyone else, they're like, oh my God, I'm going to sleep. They could care less about the fire. I'm like, that fire's never going out because it took us 4 days to get it started on the white collar tribe. I'm not gonna let that fire go out.
that is funny.
Fire making might not have been my strongest skill.
But what do you think about that new twist that Survivor put, that fire making challenge in Final Four?
I mean, I feel like at this stage in Survivor, if you go on the show, you have to know how to make a fire. Period, the end. Like, you should have known how to make a fire when I played, but there was not one person on my tribe that knew how to make a fire. None. And then on blue collar, Mike was the only one who knew how to make a fire. And on no collar, Joe was the only one who knew how to make a fire. So now people know that they need to make fire. So you gotta practice. You gotta know. So I think the twist is stupid, honestly.
So much people think that.
What's what? What was the question?
No, I think so much people think that twist in the Final Four is not good.
Yeah, I don't think it helps the game in any way. I was going to show you that I bought flint to practice making fire.
Oh wow!
Oh.
Yeah, not that it's useful in any way, but actually, when I went for Christmas vacation this year, my kids and myself, we went to we did like kayaking and hiking and all of that, and then we made campfires at night. We sat outside around the fire. We did not make it from scratch. We used lighter fluid. But on the second night, we had embers, right? We had, in the fire pit, we had embers left.
Okay.
And so I said to them, I can make a fire from an ember. So from there, it was a teeny bit of an ember left, and I built the fire up, so. They were like, damn, Mama C, okay, you can make a fire from an ember. I'm like, yes, I can. Not so much from flint, but yes, from an ember. If it's already lit, I know how to build it up. Yeah.
Good. So, did you see the season 41?
Yes.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Did you like it? Did you like season 41?
I like, but I don't like so many twists. I really don't like them. there is like too much, and there's a moment who I really feel that where is Survivor? I mean, okay, it's okay the immunity idol, because I think that it is a good, but I mean, make people who wins the immunity to not
You lose
win
the immunity. You win, and then you go to tribal council. Yeah,
I mean,
I thought it was too many twists. I think you should
twists.
get back to the basics.
back to the basics.
Yeah.
So, if they called you to back to the game, you say yes.
If they call me back to the game, I'm going to a deserted island to win Survivor.
Yes, that's the attitude.
that is how you gotta think.
Yeah. Yep.
I think a lot of people want you back on the game, obviously. And
I
a lot of-
know. I just, Jeff needs to pull the trigger, and he needs to say, Mama C, you need to come back on the show. Come on.
Yes.
Have you received like an invitation of another season or not yet?
This next 2 seasons are new player seasons.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have to wait till they bring returning players back.
Yes, because a lot of people is saying that maybe they were called for a future season, but they never have the call back, or it was canceled, or something like that. You never have received like a survivor call after your game.
Oh yeah, I received every returning player season after mine. I got a call.
Okay. Well, that's a good sign.
31, 34, 38, and 40.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
great.
So they've called me every year. They just haven't picked me yet. And I'm like, okay, people, I'm not getting any younger. Let's pull the trigger and make this happen. I want to win my million so I can spend it.
Right.
Great.
I think in a way it was good that maybe you weren't on second chance, because probably you're gonna have like a big target on your back, and maybe the right time will be soon, hopefully.
Exactly. Plus, Cambodia was really a hard place to be. You know, they had a lot of illness in Cambodia. There's a lot of infection and like skin-eating diseases and all of that. It was horrible. I'm kind of glad I didn't go, but then sad at the same time.
Who were your favorite players in Cambodia? Who you want to win?
Well, I knew Joe wasn't going to win. I love Jeremy, so I'm glad he won.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Jeremy is a fabulous person. He's such a good guy. Yeah. I've been to his house. I know his wife, you know.
Oh, it's good.
What's your favorite season of as a viewer, and the one that you don't like too much?
You know, it's funny because all of the seasons kind of mesh together. You know, I can't remember like, okay, Nick, what season did he win? I don't know. I just know he won. And I knew, you know, I know a couple of people he played with, but I really liked Denise's season with Malcolm. I don't know what the name of it is or whatever. I liked Heroes versus Villains. You know,
that's a good season.
Always
that's a good
favorite
season. I actually liked Winners at War, but I don't like the whole Edge of Extinction thing.
Mhm.
I don't
I don't like that at all. You know, like when you get voted out, you're done.
Amen.
Right?
That's
You
what I
don't get
think.
like oh, I can come back and play and for 6 more days and win $1 million. You know, like, I don't know. That part I don't really like.
I don't really like that too.
Yeah.
And you have like a favorite player, winner or not, that you like? Maybe, I don't know, Siri, or I don't know, someone that you like as a player.
Well, so, I mean, nobody can say that Sandra's not the best player because Sandra won twice when it wasn't a winner season, right? So Tony won twice. Tony's a great player, but Tony one of the winners had to win that second season.
Oh,
right?
So, of course.
Sandra never had to win a second season. They could have voted her out whenever, but they didn't. And she won. And she was the only winner that made it that far. So,
yes.
And plus I know her and she's fabulous. So, and she's gonna be on and she's gonna be on Australian Survivor. Did you know that?
Yes.
Her and her daughter. So I can't wait to see that. So I think Sandra is the greatest player of all time. You can't take that away from her. You know, she played the first 2 times that she played, she won both seasons. You know, then of course
So
you gotta vote her out. You know, you gotta get her out on her 3rd season. You gotta get her out on her 4th season. Come on, that's just smart playing.
of course.
But yeah, I hope they do a runner-up season. That would be super.
No,
fun.
that would be great.
That would be amazing. That would
Yeah.
be great.
Like all the people who are like, I should have won, and you're playing against one another. So that would be awesome.
Who would you like to see playing with you in that season?
Who would I like?
There's runner-ups that you will say, I could work with that person, but there's other that I won't work. Maybe.
Right. Right. Like I could see myself working with Aubrey. I could see myself working with Chrissy. I could see myself working with Dominic.
Dominic is a great player, I think.
Yeah.
Well, Chrissy, Aubrey, and
yeah.
are great too.
Yeah. So there are a lot of players. I can't remember all the runners up right now, but it would be a fun season to play against a runner up.
Mhm.
Yes, going to be interesting.
Yeah.
And
Or it might be fun to play. It might be fun to play against, fans versus favorites. Might be a fun season to play. You know,
Yeah.
I've actually played a charity Survivor game, and
Okay.
there were like 6 survivors, and then the rest were fans. And we did a 4-day Survivor in the woods, making fire, freezing.
Oh.
Yeah, we did that, and they voted my ass out 6. I came in 6th place, so I was the 6th person. And the person who would not work with me, who I'm friendly with now, but who would not work with me because he made other commitments, was Adam Klein. I was like, Adam, buddy, I'm your survivor here. You don't have to be with them. He's like, no, I told them that I was gonna, work with them. I'm like, you can change that, Adam. You can change that. He would not change it. And he voted my ass out. And then he got voted out next. So I was like, okay, see?
That's what happened with that you gotta say like what Sandra told to Tony in Game Changer. That's what happened when you voted.
Exactly.
Okay. So you talk about that you have guns and a daughter, I don't know. Did you see one of them playing Survivor?
My kids?
Yes.
So So my son-in-law, my oldest daughter is married to Tyler, a guy, and he is a super fan of the show. And so not last year, the year before last, he created a Survivor game in my house. We had like 15 people, all my kids.
Oh.
And we actually played a game of Survivor for like 8 hours during the day, right? And he created challenges. We had to do stuff around the backyard and all this stuff. I won. My son came in second, and my daughter came in third. So
Family
the
alliance.
Riveras took the trophy that night. Yeah.
I suppose that you win a immunity challenge in that game.
And I found an idol.
Oh, with idol too.
Yeah,
It's
and they
fine.
tried to vote me out, but I'm very persuasive.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah. It was fun. We had a good time. But so I feel like my younger daughter would not want to play the game. She's not interested in playing Survivor. My older daughter, I suspect, would play, but is not actively putting in videos. You know, like she's not actively trying to get on the show right now. Tyler, her husband, would definitely play 100%, and he would be a great contestant. He would be fabulous. And then my son, yeah, I don't think he would want to play either.
Oh.
So hopefully the husband of your daughter might be a future Tyler.
Yes. I told him to submit another video. He submitted one last year, and they called him back and they really liked him, but they didn't put him on the show. So I'm like, yeah, you need to do that video ASAP. Get him on the show. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I was gonna ask, you obviously were on the game and you know like everything that happened is on real time. Do you feel like something the show shows to people that you disagree about it, or do you think it was like the edit was perfect as how they show it to us? Because they try to tell a story, but what do you think about that?
I think that it was a good indication of how things went. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yes, yes.
yes.
I think that you know, the edits are the edits. Here's the thing with that. They can't put words in your mouth. So if you said something, you said it, you know, whether they put it, you know, in the exact moment that you said it, or they put it 10 minutes later, it doesn't really matter. You still said it, right? So
Yes.
I feel like just be careful of what you say if you're worried about it, you know, like, and it's hard, you know, you're in there. It's not like you can just like fake it about who you are. You know, if you're mad, you're going to be mad. If you're happy, you're going to be happy. If you're sad, you're going to be sad, because you can't control that. You're in an environment where, you know, it's freezing, it's wet, it's uncomfortable. People are, you know, annoying you. You're starving. That's just the way it is. So your true colors are going to come out.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny because people always laugh at me, but I'm very competitive, you know, like I like to do like games or whatever, and if we're gonna do something, I want to win, you know, that's just the way I am. And so, you know, when we get into game mode, I'm like, okay, we're gonna win this, let's go.
Right.
And sometimes they don't expect it from me because, I don't know why.
But you have like an amazing attitude, and maybe an aggressive game, but without being aggressive with people or too bossy, but like trying to think together what to do to get further on the game.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm in a challenge, I'm going to be in a challenge. But, and if my team is winning or whatever, I'm going to be like all about my team. But then when you get back to camp, we're all friends, we're having fun, this is good, I'm a people person.
It's a balance.
It's a balance, yeah. I
remember one of the things that I remember, and I think that maybe that's the reason why they never made the action. I remember that moment that maybe was not the action when you received the letters from home and Mike didn't give the money and you say, you know what, I want.
Oh yeah. I went absolutely crazy. They didn't even show how angry I was because I was like, wait a minute. He didn't do it? All right, fine. I jumped up and I'm like, I want my money back. And everyone was like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, if he's not doing it, I'm not doing it. I want my money back. And nobody knew what to do. And then finally he bought the letter. But yeah, I was the only one who jumped up and went like a little crazy.
I think that was the only moment that I saw you like really angry. It was like, oh, she can get angry.
Yeah. Oh, I was pissed. Yeah. I was like, you liar, how dare you? I'm like, fine, I won't read my letters from home. Give me my money back.
I think that they didn't even make another auction in other seasons.
He broke the auction. That was my season was the very last auction.
You're right. Yeah. Well, that was amazing.
I have a question about your season 2, about when you made it to the merge and there was like more blue colors than anyone. Why you rely, you and Tyler rely with or aligned with them and not with the no colors? Like why you all went against them?
The reason why we went with the blue collars is because the no collars were so wishy-washy, they didn't have a strategy. And we were the underdogs, right? So we were the people, we were only 2 of us. It was me and Tyler, because Shireen wasn't really with us. Yeah. So it was just me and Tyler. And so we decided where we wanted to go based on the fact that Jen and Haley and Will and Joe, they had no plan, they had no strategy, they would talk about things the day of, like nothing planning in advance, and I'm like, okay, I can't deal with that.
Well.
And when you surprise
you've gotta like think about the way things are gonna happen. You gotta plan a little bit in advance. You gotta think about, okay, this is plan A, this is plan B, this is plan C. They had none of that, none of it. They're like, oh my God, we're having so much fun. We'll figure it out when we need to. I'm like, oh no. You're killing me here. You're killing me. No. So.
You're like, I have another kind of fun. A different kind of fun.
A different kind of fun?
I mean, that you're having fun making plans.
Yes.
In the game.
Yes.
Not like
they were very no color.
They were very no collar. They were very no collar. I could definitely work with blue collars, no collars, a little bit too wishy-washy. Although Will was easy because Will would do anything you told him to do.
Okay. Right.
Yeah,
and what do you think about they voting out Kelly that time? Because it looks like she was on a good position with her original tribe and they voted her out. Do you think she would have been like a good contender if she survived that trial?
Actually, I love Kelly. Kelly getting voted out, even though I did not vote for her, she was definitely in my tribe. I loved her. I feel like having her out of the game was better for my game because her and Mike were so close. I didn't realize how close they were. And that would have been a duo that would have been something that you had to watch.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So them voting out Kelly was a good thing for my game, ultimately.
And then when you betray Tyler, that he was bitter and everything, what happened about that? Why you don't? What was happening on the game that you prefer to do other things? Not to.
Instead of work with Tyler?
Yes.
So the day that that Tyler got voted out, that was the day that we won. We were away from camp. It was Rodney's birthday. It was Rodney's birthday. And the next day, after Rodney's birthday, what I found out was that when I was gone on the reward with Sierra and Mike, everyone was talking about me because Rodney was so pissed, and he was talking. They were all talking to vote me out, including Tyler. So when I found that out, I was like, oh, okay. So he didn't, it's different when you don't say a word, like you don't have to agree, right? If people are all talking about, oh, I'm going to vote out, Carolyn, and I know that I'm in alliance with somebody, I don't have to respond. I could just, nod or whatever, make faces, but I don't have to respond. Because once you respond, then people find out about it. Well, so-and-so said he was going to vote you out, because everyone is willing to tell you that stuff. So when I found out that he was talking it up also, like, oh my God, I can't believe she didn't pick you, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh no, he didn't. So I was pissed. Yeah. So I got him out.
And then the last question that I have about your season was about you using your idol and voting Dan with Mike, I believe. Why Dan?
Oh, because Dan had the advantage, and I wanted Dan out of the game. He was good. He and Will probably were like the ones that people hated the most, at least on the Latin community. They didn't have any support. Yeah. Dan and I never really got close on the show. And Dan, again, he's a little bit wishy-washy. He's like, I'll do what I want to do. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. I'm like, of course everybody can do what they want to do. You just don't have to say it like that,
That is so true.
Right? I'm going to do what I want to do too, but I'm not going to say I'm going to do what I want to do because it doesn't help the game. And so... and
that's insecurity.
The way he treated Sierra and the way he talked to Sierra and all of those things. And so I was just like, okay, it's time to get Dan out. Little did I know. Listen, I knew that I was going to get votes that night. I did not think that every single person on the tribe except for Mike was going to vote against me. That was an eye-opening experience. In fact, the next tribal council, I thought for sure I was going to be next because everyone voted for me except for Mike. Right. And then it was a miracle that nobody brought my name up after that.
Right.
That was... I remember that.
Because I was just talking to people and being nice and, trying to play the game, have fun.
Nice. Seeing from their mind the idea of taking you out.
Yeah.
like they did.
But when he played his extra vote, I was like, okay, all right. Because I already knew it was an extra vote, right? Because Tyler had told me.
Right.
Oh, right. That was the first season that Survivor used the extra vote.
Yeah.
I remember that. Well, thank you so much, Caroline.
Fun.
So much.
Fun time.
See, I think that we have maybe more than an hour. Yeah.
We are in the WhatsApp group of the Latin fans. We have like a big community from all over different countries from Latin America. Do you have like a message for them that you want to tell them? Do you know Spanish? You speak Spanish a little bit? No sé si me está escuchando.
I don't hear you. Caroline, are you there? I think that creo que la conexión.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit. Hello?
Yes.
The internet stinks. I can't hear you anymore.
Oh, I hear
Okay.
you. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm back.
Okay, now I can hear you. I can hear you. That
You can hear me. Okay.
okay.
I can hear you
Wait.
before.
Yes, I was telling you that you have a lot of fans in Latin America from different countries. And if you have a message for them, I don't know if you speak Spanish, if you have visited Latin American countries, besides Nicaragua and Mexico.
Argentina, Colombia, España.
I speak a teeny tiny bit of Spanish, not really good at all, but I have been to a lot of Latin American countries. I've been to Chile, Argentina, Brazil, Mexico, Nicaragua, Costa Rica. Those are them.
I remember you were in a travel. I think that you from Vanuatu, Lisa from Vanuatu,
Yeah.
and it was Sunday. I remember.
Sunday, me, Lisa, we traveled together a couple of times. We went to Utah together, and then we went to Nashville together.
Nashville.
Yeah.
I remember I saw a picture of you with it. I don't remember when, but it was funny. It was funny when I see all.
Not Nashville. We went to Utah and Minnesota together. I went to Nashville with my Amazing Race friends. Yeah, you saw a couple of pictures. We had lots of pictures together. Lisa's awesome. I love her. Yeah.
She's amazing. I didn't like the way that she gets voted out in Vanuatu. It was like, oh, she's so funny. You can vote out someone just for being good. But well,
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard. She's very sweet.
Well, we have, like Wilmer told you, we have a group of Latin fans from all different countries in WhatsApp, and you have a lot of fans there, obviously.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome. Well, what is the group's name?
It's Survivor Latino Fans.
Okay.
I can send you the link from Twitter when I contact you from the group,
Okay.
and maybe you can be there and Well, everybody speaks
Yes.
Spanish, but I know that. Well, and I
That's
know
okay. So,
that. What we have
to my
Sandra.
Survivor Latino fans, my Survivor
Yes.
Latino fans, I love you guys. Keep watching.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great, thank you, thank you so much. We have the group because there's people who don't speak Spanish and don't speak English, so I am like watching the show and translating. She say this, she say that, she say that.
Nice.
So there's
Okay.
it's funny, but at the same time it's not easy because when I'm translating, there's other things happening.
Stuff happening.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, she say this, he say that.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard.
Yes,
So
but well, thank you so much again.
you are welcome. You are welcome, guys. I'm glad we had this time. I know you follow me, so I'm on Instagram, CJ Rivera 14. You can follow me there. If you need anything, just DM me, and yeah, that's it.
It was
Thanks.
truly a pleasure to have you here. We love you as fans, and we want to see you back. And hopefully, you will win the game this time.
Yes, exactly.
Very, very. Thanks so
Alright.
much.
Y bueno,
Take
gracias
care.
fans latinos a quienes nos escuchan por esta espacio.
Muchas gracias a todos.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.